Welcome. You're watching Money 9. I'm Sakshi Batra, and this is the show where we speak to market veterans to understand how are they approaching the stock markets currently, where do they think that money can be made going forward from here, and how should you as investors really position your investments in the capital markets as well. Joining in on this edition is a very special guest with me. I have with me Ace investor, market veteran, market guru Sanjeev Bhasin, director of IIFL Securities on this edition of Market Masterclass. Thank you very much, Mr. Bhasin, and thank you very much for taking out time for all our viewers. It's your maiden interview with us, and we are very glad to have you with us.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Absolutely. So let me kickstart, sir, by asking you that do you believe that the market undertone still continues to remain quite buoyant? We have been seeing signs of sell-off, 2 months of consecutive consolidation on the markets and the benchmark indices, or do you think a correction is looming large? I'm asking you this because we have seen that the global financial markets have gone through a stomach churning roller coaster in the past few days. So are there any signs of a bigger sell-off coming? The big worry right now on the minds of investors.
Well, investors, because of the coverage, have always been on the sidelines and waiting when these big corrections will come. For me, it's been 32, 33 years. I have, for the first time in 20 years, I've seen Tata Steel, Ultratech, and ICICI hit all-time highs. Zomato has got a valuation of 1 lakh crore. Yes, there is the proverbial Chinese market, which has been, a lot of froth over there. But who cares? This is the market where you will make money. So you can't wait for corrections or deep. Let me also tell you, Sakshi, where most people feel that as a benchmark, suppose we say 14,000. I can tell you at 14,000, everyone will be dead because you won't know what to do. So it's easy to just castigate that, markets will fall and there will be a bubble. There are no such things. Please believe and read my lips. The new package by the EU of printing money is they're going to buy more bonds, and you're taking this lightly. There is going to be a wall of liquidity. So asset classes, and particularly equity and hard assets and riskier assets like commodities, metals, are having the best time in the last 10 years. I see no let up. Yes, probably there will be always the churning of the men from the boys, and you can have corrections. But like you saw today, you were down 200, you ended down just 30. So I am in the camp which says that India is raring to go. All Chinese stocks or weaknesses and the proverbial geopolitical risk will remain, but India continues to be a very, very strong, resilient market given the undertone of high vaccination count, reopening, and a lot of pent-up demand where, yourself, you've read that almost 35% bookings are in August, September, October. And that tells me that how much of pent-up demand is going to be unleashed in the next few months.
Absolutely. I'm going to be talking all about that. You have spoken about the revenge travel and spend also. But before that, I want to understand, you have given a very emphatic answer right here. For all the investors who are still sitting on the edge, I'm sure they would get motivated to get out there and invest and not to bother too much about the steep valuations at this point in time because of the reasons that you have told us about. But the best way an average investor can approach this market, which is failing to break out of a range for the last 2 months, what would you say?
Well, if you are a smart derivative trader, you should have sold the 15,000 put and the 16,000 call, and you made money because the volatility, like you said, in the last 3 months has been in this band. But let's make no bones about it. The stock specific action is telling you. So for the investor, the best thing is do a SIP, get into good stocks, get into a good mutual fund, but don't miss equity as an asset class allocation. It should be only slightly more rather than less. The debt market is not giving you the type of return. Gold is anywhere, no bars, no holds barred. And real estate is again one sector where we are very, very bullish, given that gold and equity will see a prompt over there. But equity has its own charm, its own beauty, because that is where small amounts of investments actually can give you a huge amount of wealth effect over the next few years.
Understood that. Any kind of targets that you would have on your mind as far as the Nifty is concerned, so that all the investors can understand what you have been thinking, that the trajectory of the markets is going forward from here, maybe a year-end target or maybe a 2-year target?
Well, let me tell you, the market will surprise you. Firstly, 15,450, the near term is a stop loss. If you keep 15,450 as a stop loss, I see 16,400 coming by the end of August. Maybe it even supersedes that. There will be a correction in maybe September, but I am seeing firstly everyone on the sideline getting sucked in. So 16,400 is what I am looking in the short term. As a caveat, 15,450 and below for 2 days means you should be out of long positions.
Got it. Understood that. But how are you also looking at the non-participation of the poster boys? Talk about Reliance Industries underperforming for the last 6 odd months. HDFC Twins, they have been disappointing as well, and the like. So will they continue to underperform right now? What is your take, and how would you advise investors to play this?
Well, welcome to the new regime. Trade work from home has unleashed the power of technology, and IT stocks, particularly some of the mid caps, the new fintechs, they've been all over the place. So money allocations from mutual funds has been in a disarray, and rightly, like you pointed out. But this is a consolidation. In the large caps, will see some churning. In the last 5 years, I have not seen the type of rally I've seen in mid caps, and still raring to go, which tells me, Shakshi, that the long term retail investor participation is just coming back. We are just at the tip of the iceberg. This market belongs not to institution, it belongs to the Robinhood traders, it belongs to the advent of retail demat accounts, which is the highest and growing. That's why you've seen, as a corollary, stockbroking houses,
Yes.
CDSLs, or the depositories and the likes doing extremely well, which tells us that the equity cult is in the making, and very, very strongly seeing demand on a daily, weekly, monthly, and a yearly basis.
Absolutely. And the flurry of retail investors, we have been saying that, and so many reports coming out, even from the NSE, that retail investors are now the bigger king of the markets going forward from here. So we hope that continuously increases. And that's what Money9 is also aimed at, educating and financializing the savings, aiming at that, so that, more and more people can get included in the realm as well. I also wanted to ask you your key takeaways from the earnings season, which we have been seeing so far. Of course, you talked about IT and the mid-cap IT space, the flurry of numbers we've seen there, Coforge, Emphasis, some mind-boggling numbers coming in there. So definitely they have had a good run. But other than that, so far, your takeaway and what should investors read here?
Well, like you rightly pointed out, it started with big boy, TCS, Infosys, and look, there's been no let up. Look at the mid-cap stocks. I mean, heartwarming numbers. But please take it with a pinch of salt. When last did you see ACC, Ambuja, and Shree Cement rise in tandem? Ultratech is hitting all-time highs. The realizations of cement, which people never knew. When I joined the stock market, I did an underwriting for a company called Shree Cement at 10 rupees. It bombed. I was left with 4,000 shares at 9 rupees. Today, Shree Cement is the lowest cost producer of cement at 30,000 rupees. Can you imagine what a sea change cement has been? And there's no additional capacity. Look at Tata Steel. In the last 5 years, there has been no additional capacity. Now the Chinese revolution, or what you call as restrictions, is giving a further leg up. They're putting duties on exports and so on. So I think commodities are in a very sweet spot, but this is a cyclical industry. Don't chase the stocks because they have already double, tripled from here. Banks are giving you a very good opportunity because, Sakshi, we know that the last 1 quarter, 45 days was almost abysmal because of lockdowns and recovery. But they've all reported the lowest cost of funds ever in the last 3 years. So banks, financial, like you put out, consumer goods, all these are doing well. I would expect auto to rebound because there has been a supply chain disruption. But Bajaj Auto, Hero, and for that matter, Eicher Motor will be coming out with strong numbers and strong guidance, because the real key is the next 6 months, where you have a festival season, you have a demand outlook, and touchwood, a lot of the population will be rebounding after almost 50% get vaccinated.
Sure. Absolutely. And that is what exactly I was coming to. You did give us some hints right in your opening remarks. Indigo also just posted its 6th quarterly loss. Do you think the aviation sector will have to face some more pain before the revenge travel really helps it soar again? And you also just took a holiday and came back. Help us understand, what sense did you get as far as the consumption trends are going up, people going out there doing that revenge spending? Should one really look at this unlocked trade even now on a long-term basis?
Sakshi, write it down. In 6 months, you will not get one, you will not get a seat, you will not get a plane ticket, and you will not get a hotel room. Rooms are chock a block. I went from Wednesday to Friday with great difficulty. There was not a single room available in hotels, and they said, Oberoi Cecil said, we have no weekends free till the end of the year. Now, I mean,
Oh, wow.
I am a stock market person. I am an observer. I see where the money lies, and I could make
Sure.
out that consumption spending is back with a vengeance, like you said. So make
Hmm.
no mistake, the likes of Indigo and all have gone through a pain because of a lot of issues, fixed costs, but they are going to ride their way to the bank for the next 1 year. I would expect airline, hotels, entertainment, these stocks to do very, very well because the rebound
Okay.
is going to be huge. You know, you yourself know that sitting at home has become, it has made you more tiring and more psychologically weak. And I think that the revenge spending, like you said, is a no-brainer. It is going to be huge. That's why you've seen the run up, and I think that will just continue.
Absolutely. There's one thing that I also wanted to ask you, and that is that, we've been constantly hearing experts say that perhaps the phase of easy money making is behind us. And, you have to now, just like how you also pointed out, take it with a pinch of salt wherever you are investing even now. So definitely invest much more in equities than any other asset classes. But how should a first time investor really move forward with that pinch of salt? And what would you tell them?
So, Sakshi, I was one of the few who stuck my neck out at 8,000. At
Mm,
16,000, I can still stick my neck out. This market is not going to give you a chance if you think you will get big corrections. A. B. What is your outlook? I'm not saying you can make dream runs that you bought Tata Motor 100 and you sold it at 400. Those things may not happen. But
mm,
even if you're looking at a compounded CAGR of 12-13%, then equity still holds the charm. And don't miss the mid caps where earnings, where they weathered the storm. See, let's face it, Sakshi, this performance by corporate India is really taken my breath away.
yeah.
They've adapted to the circumstances, they've changed to the surroundings, and still come out, winners. So corporate
Yeah.
India wins hands down, and I think I will only give them a leg. Now, as a disclosure, I have been bullish. I will be bullish. So there is no question of me letting down on not buying equity. But take it with a pinch of salt. Moderate your returns. If you moderate your returns and increase your horizon, it will be even more pleasurable, the journey and the long term distance.
Absolutely. But one more pocket that everybody has been talking about, and we too have been seeing the kind of frenzy, and that is the IPO space. The primary market has been buzzing with action. Of course, there are several sectors from which we have been seeing, even currently as we speak, there are companies that have opened up for subscription, newer entrants as well. But the only one section which is catching all the eyeballs, perhaps in India and abroad, is the new age digital tech companies. And you talked about how Zomato got that 1 lakh crore rupees market cap right on day one. Of course, it took everybody by surprise, and the run continued before taking a break as well. But how would you advise new investors to really approach, because they are feeling the sense of FOMO every time they go ahead and they don't get an allotment. And we are now going to be seeing Paytm, Nykaa, Delivery, Urban Company, all of them making a beeline to come up. So how are you approaching this space, and what would you advise here?
So I'll just take a minute, Sakshi. When I joined the stock market, I joined as a specialist in in merchant banking. I used to go and
Hmm.
meet promoters and get them to do it. There was a lot of fees in that, and that was a very lucrative business. But let me tell
Hmm.
you, it was all half the promoters were just there to make money. There was no bellwether. They were just and no transparency and a lot of. Look at the paper now. The paper, the promoters, the new age businesses, it's all there. The pie is there. You have to take your pudding and see where you can make money or where you can fill your stomach. So I think for the first time in many years, we've got pedigree promoters. Yes, valuations will look stressed, and for the first time you're seeing the addition of demat account, which means your probability as a lottery is going to be much less. But there is equal amount of people who are making money. And when you make money in an IPO in the first time, say you bought a Zomato at 76 and you see 140, you are definitely going to love equities. So I think this cult
Hmm.
is there. Keep a certain amount of money for the new IPOs. Do your paperwork. See people peer group comparison. See the don't just go by merchant bankers because they are there to make their money. Go and do your work. See the liking of how it is. And you've seen overnight Alphabet came out with the best numbers ever. The stock is up 3%, and that tells you that new age technology or digital is here to stay. People have found work from home to be extremely profitable, particularly the IT side, and they've been laughing their way to the bank. So why should I doubt them?
Yeah, but also the concerns about the steep valuations and the loss-making businesses. What would you tell those people who have been, very cautious about this space, that perhaps, this bubble will burst at any point in time. So, you have to be very cautious at this point.
Well, that's why we are saying go for the brick and mortar companies, but they are not cheap either. If Ultratech is hitting 7,700 and Tata Steel at 1280, will you have
Hmm.
the wherewithal to buy that? So the glass is half full, half empty. You are in a bull market. Valuations can get absurd. There can be a little bit of bubbles being created, but that's the risk reward. Sakshi, you cannot get everything on a platter where prices are in your favor and the risk reward is not there. That rarely happens, and particularly in these 18 months, you've gone through a transition which I think may be the best period in the last 10 years. So
Hmm.
I mean, we are all part of it, and that's an easier theory, that I'll sell at a high and get out and get in a low. It doesn't happen. You have to
Yeah.
stay invested in these cycles. The cycles of the other industry, we told you auto, we think mid cap bank, construction, real estate is looking very good. So a lot of sectors are participating. Meet your RM or your relationship manager, get in touch with your PMS. There is professional advice, and don't miss the woods for the trees by saving 10 little bit of money on advisory and taking your own call without having enough experience may be a bad precedent. So take advice, go for some of the mutual funds. You will get more wherewithal and more color on the markets.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, I'd like to thank you, sir, for sharing with us all these wonderful insights. I'm sure all our viewers and the first time investors would definitely take each word of yours or what you have said on the program with a lot of attention, and then definitely take on that path too, so that they can also, move forward to wealth creation by participating in equities as an asset class, which you have been successfully a part of for many decades now. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. And keep coming on our platform and sharing this wisdom with all our viewers too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sakshi. It was a pleasure. You are an extremely very good host, and cheers to you.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure and honor to have you, sir. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Market Masterclass for you. And we will keep getting you such wonderful expert advices for you so that you can make the right decisions when it comes to your money, when it comes to saving, growing, and investing your money in equities or otherwise and all asset classes. But for all of this, you need to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that bell icon so that you can get notified whenever we add a new video. Also, stay connected with us through all our social media platforms. That's Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And also visit our website, money9.com. That's both in English and in Hindi. And you get to read up all the latest news articles on markets and on personal finance. Thanks for tuning in.